Imagine waking up one morning checking your social security balance and realizing it's only enough to survive, not to live. And suddenly you start asking yourself, if I had to live on exactly $1,000 a month, where in the world could I find peace, safety, and a full life without sacrificing my dignity? In this video, we're going to explore 5 countries where a single person can live comfortably on a very small income, places with reasonable costs, friendly communities, delicious, affordable food, and an easy lifestyle for foreigners. And to help you make the most realistic choice, I'll break down each destination by actual monthly living costs, how easy or difficult the visa process is, whether you need a scooter or can live a fully walkable lifestyle, who each country is ideal for and who it's not, and most importantly, which country is truly worth betting your future on if you only have $1,000 a month. Make sure to watch until the end because the number 1 pick might just surprise you. 5. Portugal, Coimbra or Braga. If you've always dreamed of living in Europe but felt overwhelmed by Western Europe's extremely high costs, Portugal is one of the last affordable exceptions. Not Lisbon, not Porto. Those cities are already saturated with tourism and increasingly expensive. What truly stands out for someone living on a modest monthly budget is Coimbra and Braga, 2 small, safe, clean cities that still feel like authentic old-world Europe. Coimbra is home to the oldest university in Portugal. The rhythm of daily life here is calm and unhurried. You can walk through cobblestone hills and quiet medieval lanes without feeling like you're trapped inside a tourist postcard. Every morning, locals gather in tiny cafes for a simple espresso and friendly conversation, warm, welcoming, and surprisingly comforting for someone arriving from abroad. Braga, on the other hand, has a different energy, younger, livelier, more modern, yet still incredibly safe and orderly. It has just enough activity to stay interesting, but not enough chaos to overwhelm someone looking for peace. What makes these 2 cities perfect for a $1,000 per month lifestyle is how realistically affordable they are compared to the rest of Western Europe. A local-style apartment just outside the central tourist zones can be found for $350 to $450 per month, clean, practical, and perfectly suitable for long-term living. If you enjoy cooking, local supermarkets offer fresh and high-quality ingredients at surprisingly low prices: fish, chicken, vegetables, olive oil, cheese, everything at reasonable, everyday local rates. Groceries and simple meals out total around $220 to $260 per month. Utilities and miscellaneous expenses add about $180. Altogether, a single person can comfortably maintain a $900 $1,000 monthly budget while enjoying a civilized, well-structured European lifestyle. Another major advantage is language. Although Portuguese is the national language, English is widely spoken, especially in younger cities with large student populations like Coimbra and Braga. This eliminates the fear of language isolation that many retirees experience in other parts of Europe. Then there's the visa. Portugal offers the D7 retirement visa, one of the most accessible long-stay visas in the entire EU, with a minimum income requirement of roughly $800 per month. It fits well within the means of many Americans living on Social Security or fixed retirement income. And the D7 doesn't just let you stay long-term, it also opens a pathway to residency if you decide to make Portugal your permanent home. Portugal, especially Coimbra and Braga, is ideal for anyone seeking a clean, safe, friendly society with excellent health care, mild weather, and a cost of living that won't choke your budget. If you want a classic European life without the classic European price tag, this is one of the smartest places you can choose. 4. Colombia, Manizales or Pereira. If there's a place in Latin America that feels like a soft landing for someone searching for cooler weather, peaceful routines, and a budget that never stretches too far, It's the coffee region of Colombia, especially Manizales and Pereira. These two cities sit high in the Andes, surrounded by emerald green mountains, rolling coffee farms, and clouds drifting low enough that some mornings feel like you're living inside a painting rather than a city. Manizales has a quiet charm that surprises many first-timers. The air is cool, fresh, and light, nothing like the heavy heat of the coast. The city is built on hills, which creates a natural rhythm, slower walks, gentler days, and vistas that open up unexpectedly when you turn a corner. Pereira, just an hour away, has a different vibe. A bit flatter, a bit more modern, with wider streets, and a slightly more urban feel. Yet both cities share something priceless, a sense of safety and calm that big Colombian cities often cannot provide. You won't find the chaos of Bogotá or the nightlife intensity of Medellin. Instead, you get a middle ground, local life, friendly faces, clean air, and a pace of living that suits someone who wants comfort rather than adrenaline. One of the biggest reasons people fall in love with this region is how amazingly affordable it is without sacrificing quality. A local-style apartment in a safe neighborhood can still be rented for $220–$300 a month, clean furnished, and often with a balcony overlooking green hills. Eating here is inexpensive and surprisingly healthy. Street markets are full of fresh fruits, vegetables, and coffee beans roasted the same morning. If you cook at home and occasionally enjoy local restaurants, you'll spend only $180–$220 per month on food. Add another $200 for utilities, transportation, phone service, and small comforts. Altogether, a single person can live comfortably on $700–$800 per month, a budget that would barely cover groceries in many U.S. cities. Healthcare is one of Colombia's most underrated strengths. The EPS public healthcare system is known across Latin America for being both affordable and high quality. Clinics in the coffee region are modern, clean, and staffed with professionals who genuinely care. Many retirees from North America are shocked the first time they pay for a consultation or procedure, because the cost is often a fraction of what they expect, sometimes less than what a U.S. copay would be. For someone on a tight budget, this alone makes Colombia an attractive option. And then there's the visa. Colombia offers one of the easiest retirement visas in Latin America, requiring only about $900 in monthly income. No massive deposits, no complicated paperwork, no endless financial requirements. Just a straightforward path that makes long-term living accessible for ordinary people, not just the wealthy. But what truly wins people over is the warmth of the locals. Colombians in the coffee region are famous for their politeness, hospitality, and genuine interest in people. A simple walk to the market often turns into a conversation. A short taxi ride becomes a friendly chat. You never feel invisible, and you never feel like an outsider. There's a softness in the culture that makes daily life feel lighter, easier, more human. Manizales and Pereira are perfect for someone who wants cool mountain weather, clean air, and a lifestyle surrounded by nature without the price tag that usually comes with scenic destinations. If your ideal retirement involves mornings with fresh mountain breezes, afternoons sipping locally grown coffee, and evenings that don't require AC or heavy spending, the coffee axis of Colombia might be exactly the home you didn't know you were looking for. 3. Malaysia. Penang. If there is one place in Asia that truly delivers a livable, easy lifestyle for foreigners on a modest budget, it's Penang, a city island that blends modern convenience with a gentle, friendly atmosphere that many retirees dream about. Penang isn't chaotic like Bangkok, it isn't expensive like Singapore, and it's far from unfamiliar to foreigners. It sits at the perfect balance point between traditional Asia and comfortable modern living. Penang stands out, especially for anyone who prioritizes healthcare and long-term well-being. Malaysia's healthcare system has long been considered one of the best in Asia, and the prices are so low that many Americans don't believe it until they walk into a clinic themselves. Clean facilities, modern equipment, English-speaking doctors, and bills that are often just a fraction of what one would expect in the United States or Europe. This is why Penang is known as a medical tourism hub, but for retirees living long-term, it simply means everyday peace of mind. One of the greatest advantages is that you don't need to speak Malay to live comfortably here. People in Penang speak English naturally, from Grab drivers and store clerks to doctors and your neighbors. The local culture is a harmonious blend of Malay, Chinese, and Indian communities, creating a warm, multilingual, multicultural environment that feels safe and welcoming. You never feel isolated, and integrating into everyday life is surprisingly effortless. In terms of lifestyle, Penang offers a unique urban island feel, a real city located on an island where you can enjoy the beach while still having access to malls, modern hospitals, large supermarkets, and endless food options. You don't even need a scooter because Grab rides are extremely cheap. The streets are safe and many neighborhoods are comfortable to walk in. For someone who doesn't want the risk or hassle of driving a motorbike, this is a huge plus. The cost of living is equally appealing. A clean, local-style apartment suitable for a single person costs only $280, $350 per month, depending on the area. Eating out is incredibly affordable. Hawker centers, structured clean food courts, serving Malaysian, Chinese, and Indian dishes, offer meals for $2, $3 each. If you eat out once or twice a day and cook the rest at home, your food costs stay around $180, $220 per month. Add $200 for utilities, phone, Grab rides, and miscellaneous expenses, and you're living a smooth, comfortable life on roughly $900 per month, far less than what most U.S. retirees spend on groceries alone. As for the visa, Malaysia keeps things simple. U.S. passport holders get 30 to 90 days on arrival, and visa runs to Thailand or Singapore are easy, fast, and inexpensive. There's no requirement for large bank deposits, no long-term income proof hurdles, and no complicated renewal systems. Penang is perfect for those who prioritize safety, convenience, excellent healthcare, and a stress-free lifestyle. It's a place where you can wake up each morning without worrying about chaotic traffic, overwhelming medical bills, or cultural disconnection. For anyone seeking a healthy, relaxed, and well-supported life on a small budget, Penang is one of the most appealing choices in all of Asia. 2. Mexico, Puebla, or Merida. If you're looking for a place where you can live comfortably on a small budget while still staying close to the United States, Mexico, especially Puebla and Merida, is one of the smartest choices you can make. These aren't chaotic tourist destinations like Cancun or Tulum. These are true living cities, clean, safe, orderly, full of culture and warmth, yet surprisingly affordable, almost like stepping back into the cost of living America had 20 years ago. Merida has long been recognized as one of the safest cities in all of Latin America. At night, the streets remain bright, calm, and inviting. You can walk through plazas and colonial avenues without that constant sense of caution many expats feel elsewhere. The climate is warm, the people are famously friendly, and the pace of life is slow and relaxing, making the city feel like a peaceful oasis in the Yucatan region. Puebla, nestled among mountains, has a different charm: cooler weather, stunning colonial architecture, vibrant markets, and a rich cultural identity. Though the two cities look and feel different, they share one essential quality: they offer a comfortable, enjoyable lifestyle without demanding much from your wallet. The cost of living here is impressively low for cities this safe and well-developed. A clean, well-located local apartment often rents for just $300, $380 per month. Mexican food is incredibly affordable and delicious. Tacos, tamales, soups, fresh fruit, and traditional dishes all cost far less than what you'd pay in the U.S. If you eat out a few times a week and cook at home the rest of the time, your entire monthly food budget stays around $200. Utilities, internet, transportation, and everyday expenses typically add another $200. Altogether, you can live well on around $850, $900 per month. Another major advantage for Americans is Mexico's 180-day tourist visa, one of the most lenient entry policies in the region. When it expires, a simple visa run is usually all you need. There's no mandatory bank deposit, no complicated financial proof, and no long-term bureaucracy to deal with. For retirees or people living on fixed income, that simplicity is a huge relief. But what makes people stay longer than they planned is the sense of belonging. Mexicans are warm, welcoming, and genuinely kind. The laughter in the markets, the music drifting from local restaurants, the afternoons spent in public squares. These little everyday moments create a lifestyle that feels grounded, colorful, and human. Within just a few weeks, many expats feel less like outsiders and more like part of the neighborhood. Puebla and Merida are perfect for anyone who wants to remain connected to the U.S., close in distance, close in culture, and close in comfort, while cutting their living expenses by 40 to 50%. If you want a calmer, more affordable, more enjoyable life without straying too far from home, Mexico might be exactly the upgrade you've been looking for. 1. Vietnam. Da Lat. NHA Trang rotation. Among all the places where a single person can live comfortably on a modest budget, Vietnam, especially with a rotation between Da Lat and Ha Trang, is one of the most surprising and rewarding choices. Not because it's the cheapest place on the list, but because of its ease of living, slow and peaceful rhythm, and the quality of life that far exceeds what you pay for. Da Lat and Nha Trang are two completely different worlds, yet only a few hours apart. Da Lat, sitting in the Central Highlands, offers cool weather. Year-round. No air conditioning, no heat waves, no heavy humidity. Mornings are crisp, the air is fresh, and the silence feels like a luxury in itself. Small markets, pine-covered hills, narrow winding streets, and cafes perched over green valleys all come together to create the kind of retirement peace many Americans have forgotten exists. Nha Trang, on the other hand, is all sunlight and coastline, a beach city that is lively but not chaotic, modern but not overwhelming. Breakfast on the sidewalk might cost less than a cup of coffee back in the U.S., and a short walk brings you straight to the sea. The beaches are clean, the water warm, and the city offers everything you need: hospitals, gyms, supermarkets, and familiar comforts, all without the stress and cost of larger cities. What makes Vietnam especially appealing is that you don't need a scooter to have a full, comfortable life. In both Da Lat and central Nha Trang, everything is within walking distance: markets, cafes, restaurants, gyms, and small shops. For anything farther, Grab rides are incredibly cheap, often just a few dollars for an entire day of getting around. For older retirees or anyone who prefers to avoid the risks of traffic, this is a major advantage. The cost of living is equally manageable. A clean, local-style apartment runs about $280, $320 per month. Food is healthy, fresh, and extremely inexpensive. Many local meals cost $1.50 to $2, and if you eat 2 such meals per day and supplement with fruit and fresh produce from the market, your monthly food cost stays around $200. Add another $250 for utilities, phone, coffee shops, the gym, and miscellaneous expenses, and your total monthly cost is just around $750 for a life that many describe as calmer, healthier, and more satisfying than what they had back home. As for visas, yes, you do need to make visa runs, but that actually becomes a bonus. Every 90 days, you get the chance to spend 5 to 7 days exploring another nearby country. Each visa run costs around $500, including flights, hotels, food, and visa fees. With 4 runs per year, that adds about $2,000 annually, bringing the grand total to roughly $1,000 per month, all in still dramatically lower than the cost of merely surviving in the United States. Vietnam especially. The Dalat Wasna Trang lifestyle is perfect for anyone who wants minimalism, cleanliness, friendliness, accessibility, and a life with purpose and calm. For those who enjoy healthy food, walking fresh air, and a gentle pace of living, Vietnam offers not only affordability, but a lifestyle that feels genuinely nourishing, physically, emotionally, and financially. If you're seeking a simple, beautiful, and human way of life, without the burden of high costs, Vietnam may be the place that finally lets you breathe again. If you're watching this video, chances are you're looking for a lighter life, a calmer life, or simply a place where you can finally breathe again after years of carrying too much on your shoulders. So which country would you like me to break down next? Leave a comment below, because your story might be the one that helps someone else find their path too. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to explore more incredible places around the world that are perfect for retirees. A better life often begins with just one brave decision.